There are multiple ways you can call RESTful API. You can use Fetch Web API to request it, or you can use the third-party packages like Axios, GOT, and so on. In this video, we will learn how to send the request body in an API request using Axios. So without further ado, let's jump into that. The first step is to find the API. I am going to use this Microsoft translator text API present on Rapid API Hub. Make sure that you are signed up to your Rapid API account. I've already logged in, as you can see in the top right corner. To use this API, you need to subscribe to it. It's a freemium API. I've already subscribed to the free plan. Here, I'm going to use the detect endpoint, as you can see on the left sidebar. I'm going to click this detect post method. The next step is to install Axios. For that, you need to create an empty directory and open it in your preferred code editor. I have created a directory by the name request body, and I've opened Visual Studio Code Editor. Now I am going to create a file by the name index.js in this directory and going to run this command in my terminal, project terminal, that is npm install Axios. This will take a moment and install Axios in your project. Let's go back to the API. By default, on the right-hand side, Node.js Axios has been selected, but you can select any of the languages present from this drop-down menu. Since this video is about Axios, so I'm sticking to that. The easiest way is to copy the code generated by Rapid API Hub. So I'm going to copy that and paste it in my index.js file. But if you don't want to do that, you can even write down the code yourself. To set the request body using Axios, we define an options object that takes a data key which is present right here. The value of this key is what you want to send to the server via the request body. This is the value. This is what I want to send to the server. And the options object also takes other keys like the HTTP method. In this case, it's the post method. And the headers, my Rapid API key, my host, content type. Since this API, the Microsoft translator text needs an array as a request body, we have sent the value of data to an array containing an object right here. The last step is to call the API. We can use Axios request and provide it to options object to call the API. Now let's go ahead and execute the file by running this command node index.js in my terminal, and here is the response. Let's clear the screen and now talk about the alternate way to set the request body. And for that, I am going to delete everything that's present in my index.js file. You can also set the request body directly using axios.post or axios.put, axios.delete, and so on. And let me just type the syntax for it. This is the syntax of how you can do it by axios.post, the API, the data, and the configuration. The data is replaced with an object or array sent to the server as the request body. Let's now look at how we can update the code of the previous example to set the request body directly. For that, I am just removing this. This is how you can also set up the request body directly by this axios.post syntax. Right here, I have added the parameters, the headers, and so on. We have passed an array as a second parameter. As you can see, this array is sent to the server as a request body via Axios. Let's now see the response. For that, I'm typing node index.js again in my terminal. And here it is. It's working perfectly fine. That's all, folks. If this video was helpful, go ahead and try it yourself. If you want to get the entire code for this example and even learn more about this, I am going to link the guide written on Rapid API guides on how to send request body using Axios in the description box below. Go ahead and check it out and try it yourself.